Part 2. Part 2, Ajanta. Welcome back. In the first part, we spoke about why keeping an international buyer is often harder than finding one. Now let's answer one of the biggest questions every new exporter asks. Where should I actually begin? Rahul, if you decided today that you wanted to export, what would be your very first step? Rahul, I'd start looking for international buyers. I'd search online, join B2B websites, visit trade fairs, send emails. Basically, I'd focus on getting my first order. Ajanta. That's exactly what most people do, but it's not the first step. Rahul. Really? If I don't have a buyer, why should I prepare for exporting? Ajanta. Because when the buyer finally arrives, they'll expect you to know how exporting works. Imagine a buyer asks, "Can you ship 20 tons to Germany next month under CIF terms?" If you don't know what CIF means, what impression will that create? Rahul. They'll probably think I don't have export experience. Ajanta. Exactly. International buyers don't expect perfection, but they do expect professionalism. The more prepared you are, the more confidence they have in doing business with you. Rahul. So what should I prepare first? Ajanta. Start with your product. Ask yourself a few simple questions. Is my product ready for international markets? Can I maintain the same quality for every shipment? Can I produce larger quantities if demand increases? Is my packaging strong enough for international transportation? Can my product meet the standards of the destination country? These questions should be answered before you even approach your first buyer. Rahul. I never thought packaging was such an important part of exporting. Ajanta. It's much more important than most people realize. Your cargo may spend several weeks inside a container. It may travel through different weather conditions. It may be loaded and unloaded multiple times. If your packaging isn't designed for export, your goods can arrive damaged. Rahul. Even if the shipping company handles everything correctly? Ajanta. Absolutely. Poor packaging can damage perfectly good products. And remember, your overseas buyer usually won't know where the problem happened. They'll only know they received damaged goods. That's why experienced exporters invest in proper export packaging from day one. Rahul. What's the next step after making sure my product is ready? Ajanta. Understand your target market. Every country has different rules. Some require special certifications. Some have strict labeling requirements. Some ask for fumigation. Others have specific packaging standards. The more you know before shipping, the fewer surprises you'll face later. Rahul. That sounds like a lot of information to manage. Ajanta. It is. That's why planning is one of the biggest advantages an exporter can have. After supporting more than 1,000 export shipments, we've noticed one pattern. Successful exporters don't rush. They prepare. Preparation reduces mistakes. And fewer mistakes means smoother shipments. Rahul. Can I ask something very basic? Ajanta. Of course. There are no basic questions in exporting. Every experienced exporter was once a beginner. Rahul. What's the difference between selling in India and selling overseas? Ajanta. The product may be the same, but the process is completely different. For exports, you're not only thinking about manufacturing, you're also thinking about packaging, documentation, transit time, buyer requirements, international regulations, and the final customer experience. Exporting isn't just selling abroad, it's delivering confidence across borders. Rahul. So exporting is really a complete system. Ajanta. Exactly. Every stage matters. Production, packaging, documentation, freight planning, customs, shipping, buyer communication. If one stage fails, the entire shipment can be affected. Rahul. I've heard exporters talk about shipment planning. What does that actually mean? Ajanta. Shipment planning means making every important decision before your cargo leaves the factory. When will production finish? Which shipping line will you choose? Which port will you use? When should the container be booked? When should customs clearance begin? When is the vessel cut off? Are all the documents ready? Good planning removes last-minute stress. Rahul. So the shipment really starts long before the truck reaches the port. Ajanta. Exactly. That's one of the biggest lessons every exporter should remember. Your shipment doesn't begin at the port. It begins with planning. The better you prepare, the smoother your export journey becomes. Rahul. I think many new exporters assume the logistics company takes care of everything. Ajanta. A logistics partner plays an important role, but exporting is always a partnership. When the exporter prepares well and the logistics team plans well, shipments move.